Hi guys, let's get started by 9:05. Hello, hello. Am I audible, guys? Yeah. So I'm just going to rejoin the meeting in 1 minute. I'm making someone the host. Okay. Yeah, guys, I'm back. Zoom is glitching on me. I don't know why. So let's get started, everyone. I think we are time. Yeah. I hope most of you may have gotten a lecture on attending classes regularly in yesterday's session, right? Yeah, so why is the attendance so low today? डर गए क्या सब? अच्छा, okay. ठीक है, anyways guys, let's get started. Did you guys get a chance to practice that coding bat uh, list of solution questions? Number X. Okay, whichever questions you are having, I mean, you tried to solve and you had a doubt. Let's just quickly do that. Which one? No X. Okay. Given a string, compute recursively a new string where all the X characters have been removed. So this looks pretty similar to the one where we had to insert the stars, right? We had a string where we wanted to insert stars. Over here, the only difference is I want to remove the X's, right? So I'll just keep on forwarding by comparing the string and then reconstructing the string by removing one X at a time. Okay. So similarly, guys, just like we have done the other questions, can you tell me the base case for this one? So base case would be a blank string, right? So if my input is a blank string, I will simply return the blank string. Do you agree? Yes. So basically, how do I check the string is blank? str dot length should be how much? Equal to 0, right? So let's write the base case here. So if str dot length is equals to 0, then return str. Is this clear? Right. Now, what do we want to do, guys? We want to check if the first character of my current string is a X. I want to check if the first character is X, then I will remove it. Otherwise, I will move forward. Okay. So I will say if str dot char at if my first character char at 0 is equal to is it a small x? Yes. If it is equal to a small x, what do I want to do, guys? I will simply remove that, right? So I will return. I will call my function recursively because I want to check the other x's as well. So, and over here I will pass str dot substring, and I will exclude the first character. Is this clear, everyone? Right? And otherwise, I can simply return NOX, and I want to keep the entire string, right? But if I just make this call, then I will get a stack overflow. Do you agree? If I simply make this call, I will get a stack overflow, right? So in order to avoid the stack overflow, I want to call the function recursively on the remaining part. So the first part I have compared, that is separate. I will only call it on the remaining part, which is this one, right? And I will add the current character later on. What is the current character, guys? So I can just keep this as a variable. Right, and I can check if current is equal to x. Otherwise, I will return current plus this. Is this clear, everyone? Okay, it passed. Let me explain it on one note. Right, so it's pretty straightforward. So let's say that my input string is, A, B, rather one note also. Let's say my input string is A X B X. Okay. So this is my initial call, right? This is my initial call. Now what will happen? Will this if condition trigger? No. What is my current character? Current character will be A, right? Now, is my A equal to X? Is my A equal to X? No. So what will I do? This will be returned. So what is happening here? I am doing A, which is my current character, plus I am calling the same function on the remaining part, which is xbx. Right? Now what is happening in the second call? In the second call, I have a x in the current, right? So current is equal to x. So what is getting called? X is being removed and this plus is not happening. So I'm only calling it on Bx, right? Then Bx will remain. So B will be over here plus I will call it on X, right? Then what will happen? Since the first character is a X, I will just call it on the blank string. Blank string will return the blank string. This will return what? This will return Bx. What will this return? This will just return Bx only. And this will return one second. This will return just B, right? Only this part is getting returned because this got removed. Then this will also return just B, and then this will return A, B. Is this clear, everyone? Using stack. Okay, so initial call is the main method. After that, let's say that no X will get called for A, B. No X will be called for AX, BX. Then no X will be called for A plus NOX of XBX. Then the call will be NOX of BX. Then the call will be B plus NOX of X. Then the call will be NOX for the blank string, right? This will return blank string. This will return B. This will return B again. And this will return A, B. And AB will be returned to the main method. Is this clear? Permutation of string. That question hasn't been conveyed to me. This group anagrams. I think we start with string questions in the next week. So mostly we'll take it in next week. This question was done, right? क्या करना है इसमें? Star insert करना है, but I think there is a condition to insert a star. Given a string, compute recursively a new string where identical characters that are adjacent in the original string are separated. Excuse me. I think this question you should try to solve by yourself because we did a similar question today only, yesterday. I think on Wednesday we did a similar question of inserting. You can use string builder also if you want to optimize the addition. Yes, Tower of Hanoi is part of today's class. Combination sum 2 is also part of today, Gagan. So combination sum 2 and 3 and Tower of Hanoi, these three are in today's list. Just telling you. Commutation of string is given in assignment. Okay, so I think because of the delay of one class, your assignment got a little off track. Because in yesterday's class I would have done Tower of Hanoi, combination sum 2 and 3, right? So tum loga assignment made Tower of Hanoi, you would have been able to solve. And now there is another delay because of the string thing. Okay. Anyway, so this question I am just leaving it for now. Try it by yourself. If we have time towards the end of the class, I'll take it up. I'm just keeping it here. Okay. Abhi, let's move on to Tower of Hanoi. इस क्वेश्चन का आउटपुट देखो, इस क्वेश्चन में आउटपुट अपना क्या है कि whenever two similar strings are present, one second. Whenever we have two similar characters, so let's say any character A and A are one after the other, there you want to insert the star, right? I'm muting everybody because you guys wouldn't turn off your mic. कोडिंग बैट कैसे एक्सेस नहीं कर पा रहे हो? इट इज अ ओपन सोर्स फ्री वेबसाइट. So string questions are part of next day's class. ठीक है, let's do it after we get time, after tower of Hanoi and other things. ठीक है. ठीक है. So I hope everybody has heard about the tower of Hanoi problem at some point, right? Right. So what is the tower of Hanoi problem? Basic description of tower of Hanoi problem is that I have 3 rods, right? I have 3 rods and n number of discs placed in the first rod in ascending order of weight. Right. Now I want to move all discs from first rod to third rod so that no heavy disc comes over light disc at any point of time. So let's discuss the vanilla tower of Hanoi for now. Okay, so is this question clear, guys? Always the bigger disc should be on the bottom of a heavier disc, and I want to move all the discs from the first disc to the third disc. Is this clear now? So the problem will look something like this. So let's consider please don't draw on my screen. Yeah, so the problem looks something like this. I have 3 rods, 1, 2, and 3, right? And I will have 3 discs as well, like n number of discs. So for in this example, I'm considering 3. Okay. Now, what is the desired state? The desired state is that after all the iterations, I want to move all the 3 discs from this rod to this rod, and it should be placed in such a way that no lighter disc is under a heavy disc. Is this clear? Rod is always 3 and there are n number of discs, right? So what do I want to do? I want to move these 3 discs from here to here so that no heavy disc is on top of a light disc. So let's say, for example, let's say that I have a disc like this, and there is a disc like this on top of the light disc. So what is this? Is this allowed? No, this is not allowed. Is this clear? This case is not allowed. So always I can place any light disc on top of a heavy disc, but I can never place a heavy disc on top of a light disc. And I always want, I basically want to move all the discs from here to here, and I can use this rod to do that. We'll use recursion here. Is this clear, everyone? It can be solved using stack also, but recursion solution is much simpler. Any recursive problem can be solved using a stack, because behind the scenes, what is recursion? Recursion is using the system stack, and I can solve it using my regular stack also. Recursion is, I think, yeah, 1 if condition and 3 lines of code. Okay. Now, guys, is the question clear? Is the question clear? Everyone, I hope the question is clear, right? Now, guys, can you tell me what is my constraint? What is my variable point over here? The number of discs is the variable point. Do you agree? Now, guys, what is my base case here? Can you tell me the base case? Yeah, n is equal to 1 is a base case. I agree, right? So if I have 1 disk, that is a base case. But guys, if I have no disks, do I need to do anything? If I have no disks, is anything required? No. right? Okay, so if I have no disks, nothing is required. That is also a base case. Just keep that in mind, unless it is specifically said that there are always greater than 0 disks. Okay. Now let's consider the smallest case where action is required. The smallest case where action is required is n is equal to 1, right? So I have my 3 rods. I have one disk in this rod. What is the action required? Acha, before I try to explain this, I am going to name my rods. I am going to give names to my rods. Okay. So where do I want to move my disk? Can you tell me which rod do I want to move my disk? I want to move it to the last rod. So I will call this rod 2 because I want to move to it, right? Now, from where do I want to move my disk? From where do I want to move my disk? I want to move it from the first rod. So I will call it from, right? And which rod is the one that I can use in between? The middle one, right? So I will call this using. Is this clear, everyone? From, to, and using. Is that clear? Right. So guys, tell me, just tell me the statement in English. Just tell me the statement in English to move this rod from here to here. In English, tell me what if I am a person, what will you ask me to do if you want to move this rod from here to here? Right. So you will ask me to do move top disk from A to B, considering this is A, let's say this is B and this is C. So you will ask me to move top disk from A to C. Do you agree? Right. So the one disk problem is solved. Can I conclude that the one disk problem is solved, right? One disk problem is solved, right, everyone? Now let's consider the two disk problem. Now guys, can I say that the two disk problem in itself is a can be solved using three one disk problems? Can I say that the two disk problem can be solved using three one disk problems? I'm going to tell you how, right? So just consider for example that this rod is invisible. Just consider that this rod is invisible for me. Okay, right? And let me just rename my rods. Right? So I will say move top disk from 2 to, right? So this top disk will come from here to here, right? Do you agree? Is this clear to everyone? So is this a one disk problem? Was this one disk problem? Yes. Now what will I do? Now let's consider that this rod is visible again, and let me rename my towers again. I will again say move top disk from 2 to, right? So I will move this disk from here to here, right? Is this clear? So this is gone. Now let me rename my rods again. Now again I will say move top disk from 2 to, what will happen? This disk will move from here to here. Is this clear to everyone? So what is a 2-disk problem? 2-disk problem is equal to 3 1-disk problem. Is this clear? किसी को कोई भी डाउट्स है? Anybody has any doubts, ask now. क्योंकि इसके बाद we will move to the 3-disk one. That is a little complicated. Sir, I was disconnected. Please repeat. 2-disk. Acha, okay. So I was just saying that the 3-disk problem is basically three 1-disk problems. The 2-disk problem is basically 3 1-disk problems. So I have 2 disks, right? Consider this disk as invisible, right? So I will move 1 disk from here to here. This is a 1-disk problem, right? Now I move the top disk from here to here. So this is also a 1-disk problem. And then finally I move 1 disk from here to here. So this is also a 1-disk problem. So can I say that my 2-disk problem is basically 3 into 1-disk problem? I am executing my 1-disk problem 3 number of times, only that I am switching the rods. Is that clear? Right. Now guys, now let's consider the 3-disk problem. Switching the rods. Switching the rods only has a name. So right now, nothing is on code. I am only doing it using my bare hands. So be a little, what do you say, flexible with these things. Rods are fixed, but I am only changing the name. I am only changing the name of the rod. They are fixed on that place. I am only changing the source and the destination, right? So let's say that the source, your source, let's say your source is any city like Delhi, right? And let's say your destination is Mumbai, right? In between, can you go to Kanpur? In between, is it possible that you go to Kanpur and then you go to Mumbai, right? So the destination is fixed. Only thing is, in between, I am stopping at a particular place in order to perform certain actions, right? Is this clear now? I am not switching the words. I am just temporarily renaming them. That is it. Let's discuss the 3-disk problem. Right. Now, guys, in the 3-disk problem, now I think you will be super clear with this one. I have 3 disks, 1, 2, and 3, right? Guys, let's consider this disk to be invisible. Let's consider this disk to be invisible. What is this now? Can I say that this is a 2-disk problem now? Right? Now, what do I want to do? I will move these 2 disks to this point, right? So these 2 disks, I will just rename my rods, and this is from, this is to, and this is using, right? I will just switch these 2. I will say this is to and this is using, right? And I will move these 2 disks to this point. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? Right? And now, what will I do? Now I will say that I want to move this single disk. I want to move this single disk from here to here. Is this a 1-disk problem? Is this a 1-disk problem? Yes. So I will just remove this from here and I will put it here. right? And now guys, let me just switch the names again. And is this a 2-disk problem now? I will move these 2 disks over here. Is this clear, everyone? So what is my 3-disk problem? My 3-disk problem is basically is equal to 2 disk plus 1 disk plus 2 disk. Is this clear to everyone? Everybody got it, right? Yes, basically 7 1 disk, because this itself is 3 disk and this is 3 disk. Is this clear to everyone? 2 disk was 3 into 1 disk, right? Because first state was moving here, then moving here, then moving here. So is Tower of Hanoi clear to everyone? In terms of understanding, is this clear to everyone? क्वेश्चन नहीं समझ में आया. I explained the question once again. करना क्या है, डिस्क को मूव करना है. Let me just show you Tower of Hanoi example. Yeah. So you can see 3 disks are here and I have 3 rods. And if I just do get solution, if I do show solution, it will say, see, 1 disk problem, 1 disk problem, 1 disk problem. This is 2 disk, then again 1 disk, then 1 disk problem, 1 disk problem. I think the pegs got switched. Wait. One issue over here. There was a good animation by, yes, this one is good. So I want to move from A to B. Okay, so they are moving from A to B. That is the problem. Let me find a solution where they are moving from A to C. Nothing here. Let's see this one I can do. Yeah, it doesn't matter, but किसी को समझ में नहीं आता है ना. So instead of B to C, guys, just consider that it is moving from A to B, right? So 3 disk and 3 pegs. So instead of moving from here to here, it is moving from here to here. That is the difference. So just explaining you the question that I want to move the 3 disks from a certain rod to a certain rod, so that no heavy disk is on top of a lighter disk. Is this clear? Is the question clear now? Who asked the question? Can you just respond if it is clear? Yeah. Okay. So is the 3 disk problem clear, guys? Can you understand that it is a 2 disk problem and 1 single disk problem? Right. And now let's consider the 4 disk problem. Right. 4 disk problem, maybe I can apply the same thing. What do I want to do? First, I want to move these 3 disks from this point to this point, right? Right. So this is a 3 disk problem because I'm moving these top 3 disks only from here to here, right? Then I want to move my 4th disk from here to here, and then I want to move my 3 disks from here to here, right? So what is what is the 4 disk problem? 4 disk problem is basically 3 disk plus 1 disk plus 3 disk. When you are moving A to B, it's like stack. So small will come at bottom. You didn't get it. Yes, exactly. Now, if I can say 3 disk is equal to 2 disk plus 1 disk plus 1 disk, 2 disk, right? And 2 disk is equal to 1 disk plus 1 disk plus 1 disk, and my 1 disk is equal to this. Is this clear, everyone? To generalize, n into d is equal to n minus 1 d plus n minus 1. एक बार में एक डिस्क को ही मूव कर सकते हैं, हाँ वो भी एक कंडीशन है, मतलब आई थिंक you can say that condition got missed because अगर एक बार में 3 डिस्क को कर सकते हैं तो आई कैन डायरेक्टली डू दिस, राइट? 3 डिस्क को एक ही ऑपरेशन में इधर डाल दिया, बट नो, एंड I can just straight away move all the 4 disks from here to here. But yes, that is a condition that you can pick 1 disk at a time. Yes. So is the question clear to everyone? Question and the recursive component of it, is that clear? Which figure are you saying? Which one? The 4 disk one? When you are moving 1 to 2, then small disk should be on bottom. When you are moving 1 to 2, in which problem you are saying? In the 4 disk one? Okay, so let's come to it. Let's start over. So I have 4 disks here, right? Now I am just saying to consider this last disk as invisible for now, right? This is my from, this is my to, and this is my using, right? So I want to move these 3 disks from here to here, right? So can I just switch these rods and move it? Just can I just use this abstracted knowledge of 3 disk problem and move the disks? So what is happening? Instead of moving these 3 disks from this rod to this rod, I am moving it from this rod to this rod using this rod. समझ में आया? So these 3 disks will come here like the, right? Now I will move this single disk from here to here using this. Am I actually using this? Yes, I'm actually using this to store my extra disks. This is gone. This came over here, right? Now let's just switch the rods again from to and using, right? I want to move them here. Is this clear now? Is this clear to everyone now? Okay, right. I hope it is clear. Right. Now, guys, let's draw the yes. Now let's draw the recursion tree for this. Right. So what is my function call? Tell me. What is my function call? Initially, what function am I calling? I am calling my tower of Hanoi function, right? And what are the inputs? It is giving me the number of disks it wants to move. It is giving me the number of disks it wants to move, and it is giving me, along with that, what is it giving me? It is giving me the source, the destination, and the middle junction, right? So tower of Hanoi, let's consider the 3-disk problem. Tower of Hanoi is asking me to move 3 disks from, let's say, A, right? It wants me to move the disks to C using B. Is this clear? I want to move 3 disks from A to C using B. Is that clear? Right. So I have already told you guys that this problem is basically two disk problems and one single disk problem. So the first function call will be to a 2-disk problem. It will say Tower of Hanoi. It will ask me to move 2 disks from A, but where does it want to move? Where does it want to move? It wants to move. It wants to move 2 disks from A to B using C, right? It wants to move 2 disks from A to B using C. Do you agree? So I will call 2A, 2B using C. Is this clear? Is this clear to everyone? Right? Now, what is the next thing? What is the next thing? The 2-disk problem will make its own call. What will the 2-disk problem do? It will make 3 single disk calls. It will make 3 single disk calls, right? So it will call firstly, just 1 second, guys. 1 second. Hello. Yeah. So it will make 3 single disk calls, right, guys? What will be the parameters? Tower of Hanoi wants to move 1 disk from A, right? This disk will go from A to C using B, right? From A to C using B. Is this clear, everyone? Is this clear, guys? From A to C using B. Then what will it ask me to do? It will say Tower of Hanoi wants to move 1 disk from A, so this disk wants to move from A to B using C. From A to B using C, right? Then again, Tower of Hanoi wants to move 1 disk. Tell me, guys, who can tell me this one? From C to B using A. Is this clear, everyone? So it wants to move a disk from C to B using A. Is that clear, guys? Right. So what happened right now? What happened right now? My two disk problem, one of my two disk problem got solved. Do you agree? One of my two disk problem got solved. Right. Now what will happen, guys? Now this three disk problem will call a single disk problem. Tower of Hanoi wants to move one disk from A to C using B, right? So move one disk from A to C using B. Is this clear? So what will happen? This disk from A will go to C using B, right? And finally, what will it do? It will call another two disk problem. Tower of Hanoi wants to move two disks. It wants to move two disks from B to C using A. Is this clear? Right? And it will separately call its three single disk problems. One from B to A using C. Then it will call, tell me guys, now you should know. Sorry, this is a wrong one. It will do from B to C using A, right? From B to C using A. No. The first one was right. Yeah. Wait. So from B to A using C. Yeah. So it will come here, right? The second call will be one disk from B to C using A. So this will get moved over here. And finally, the third call will be Tower of Hanoi, one disk from A to C using B. Is this clear to everyone now? You want me to explain this once again? Which part didn't you understand? Tell me, Divya. Which part is not clear? Tower of Hanoi 3 ACB. So basically the entire thing is not clear to you. I will export this and I will send it to you. Tower of Hanoi of 2 disks. Okay. So let's consider a 2 disk problem. Okay. Tower of Hanoi wants to move 2 disks from A to C using B. Is this clear? Tower of Hanoi wants to move 2 disks from A to C using B, right? Now, what will I do? I will call a function Tower of Hanoi wants to move one disk from A to B using C, right? So this top disk will be moved from A to B using C. Is this clear? Is this clear, everyone? Now again, Tower of Hanoi, I will call another function. Tower of Hanoi wants to move one disk from A to C using B, right? So this disk will be moved from A to C, right? And then finally, Tower of Hanoi wants to move one disk from B to C using A, right? So this will be moved from here to here. Is this clear now? Everybody, are you clear? I don't think there exists a better explanation than this one. So if you want, guys, you can watch the recording again. But this is the best I can do to explain this. I mean, this question is a little difficult to understand. I get it, but after you get it once, it will be on the tip of your fingers forever. ठीक है, आगे बढ़े. ओके, सो टावर ऑफ हेनोई का जनरलाइज्ड केस सबको समझ में आ गया. Right. So now, guys, let's quickly write the code. I've already told you the equation in algebraic form. If I write f of x, what will be f of x? F of x is if x is greater than let's say 0. If x is greater than 0, then what will I do? I will say f of x minus 1 plus f of 1 plus f of x minus 1. Is this clear? Now let's write the code for it. So similar to this algebraic expression, I will write if n is greater than 0, I want to do three things. I want to call the minus 1 and I want to call a single case. Along with this function will also take input of the rods. So let's say it takes A, B, and C as input. Rather, let's say A, C, and B. Right? A, C, B. Okay? So I will call Tower of Hanoi for n minus 1. What is Tower of Hanoi n minus 1? Tower of Hanoi n minus 1 will be n minus 1 comma from A where to B using C. Is this clear? Right. Then I will call the single case, right? So let me just write it as single rod, single disc move, right? And then I will call Tower of Hanoi n minus 1. What do I want to do now? I want to move from C. I want to move I want to move from B. Yeah, so I want to move from B to C using A. Is this clear? Everybody, is this clear? I moved n minus 1 discs to B, right? And now I want to move the n minus 1 discs from B to C. Is this clear? Yes. And now I will just say that I will print moved one disc from A to C using P. And this will basically print your entire result. Is this clear, everyone? Yes, B to C using A. That is what we are doing. I hope everybody is clear with Tower of Hanoi now. Okay. Now, guys, the second question I wanted to do today is combination sum 2. So we have already done combination sum 1, right? We have already done combination sum 1. So let's do combination sum 2. I think I solved this question recently. So you can see the code here. Let's just clear that for once. So, and let's just open up combination sum 1 as well. Code. You want the code for Tower of Hanoi, you mean? Okay, let's write that. Won't be very difficult. Let me check if I already have it. No. So let's write it quickly. So public void Tower of Hanoi. Okay, integer n, right? And it will take int, let's say a, int b, int let's say b only, variable names don't matter, and int c, right? Now I will just say if my n is greater than 0, what do I want to do? I want to say Tower of Hanoi of n minus 1, comma, I want to move n minus 1 disks from A to C using B. Okay. Then I want to print moved one disk, right? Moved one disk from, yes. So let's see, let's say these are characters. Okay. Okay. Moved one disk from, where do I want to move? I want to move from A to, I want to move from A to B using C. Do you agree? I want to move from A to B using C. Right? Everyone? And then again, I want to call Tower of Hanoi for n minus 1. And I want to move from B to C using A. Right? Rather, it will be from C to B using let's run it for 3 disks. 3 A, comma B, comma C. So how many operations are happening, guys? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. What is 7? So I told you the 3-disk problem is basically 2 disk plus 1 disk plus 2 disk. What is a 2-disk problem? It is 3 1-disk problems, and it is also 3 1-disk problem, and each 1-disk problem will print a line, right? So total I'm getting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 shifts. Is this clear? Yeah, if number of moves are asked, then it will be like, so for 2-disk problem, you can figure it out like this. 1 disk, it is 1 move. For 2 disk, it is 3 move. For 3 disk, it is 7 moves. And for 4 disk, it is 16 moves. Sorry, it is 15 moves. And for 5 disk, it is 31. So you can see this is a 2 to the power n minus 1. Time complexity is big O of 2 to the power n minus 1. So basically it is exponential. I think ये नहीं होगा, -1. हाँ. Space complexity, it is not taking up any space because it is just making function calls and printing. Do you see any variable allocated anywhere? No, right? I'm not using any new array, any new variable, so no space is getting acquired. Let me just share this. Today is lecture 9, right? What is the date, guys? 18. Is everybody clear now? Yeah, you can just use the formula to just return the number of moves required. Yeah. No need to actually perform the move if the question is just to estimate the number of moves, right? So you can, it is just a single line answer. So guys, are you clear on this? Okay, let's proceed with combination sum. Yeah. So guys, we solved this combination sum problem. I hope you all remember what was this problem. No, dude. Tower of Hanoi is a recursive problem only, and this is the best solution there is. There are many papers written. People who do PhD write papers on these algorithms. You can check those papers if you are very interested. So guys, can we move to the question now? Yeah. So combination sum, I hope everybody understood, right? है ना? क्या question था? What was the goal of the question? Because combination sum 2 is only a modified version of combination sum, right? So guys, keep one thing in mind, that if I do a question in one of the classes, it can happen that I do a question based on a previous class in a next class. So if you, for some reason, if someday you are not able to watch the class live, then try to watch the recording in your free time, so that you are up to date with everything. Okay? So I cannot explain combination sum 1 again right now. So I'm just going to proceed with combination sum 2. So combination sum 1 में, what were we doing? We were just creating arrays that had a sum equal to the target, and we wanted to return all the arrays, right? And repetition of the numbers was allowed. Is that clear? Repetition of the numbers was allowed, right? Combination sum 2 is just a modified version of combination sum. What is it saying? Given a collection of candidate numbers and target, again I am having the two same inputs, it is asking me find all unique combination in candidates where the candidate numbers sum to target. Okay, each number in candidate may only be used once. समझ में आया? What is the restriction now? Am I audible, guys? Yes, the number can only be used once. That is one restriction. Do you agree? Right. Now, guys, do you remember I was using this variable called rejected to reject the numbers that I don't want to use again. I was using this variable rejected to reject the numbers that I don't want to use again, right? So whatever was my rejected index, from there only I was picking my numbers. Do you remember? So guys, can I just modify this rejected so that I don't pick the current number again? Okay. So let's take up an example, the similar one. Let's say that the method is called with a blank array and my target is equal to 7. The numbers I have is 2, 3, 5 and 7. Okay? Right. Now, I don't want to repeat my numbers. Right. So guys, once I have selected a 2 in my array, am I allowed to select this 2 again? Am I allowed to select this 2 again? Can I take another 2? No. So over here my rejected was equal to 0. Why? Because I am allowed to select the entire array. But in this case, my rejected will become what? 1. Because I am only allowed to select from this part now. Is this clear? Right. So now what will I do? I will try to add a 3, 2, 3, comma. Now my target is 2 and my rejected is equal to 2, right? Now I can select only 5 and 7. If I select a 5, what is happening? My target is becoming negative, right? It is going in the negative side. So I backtrack from here, right? If I try to add the 7 now, again my target will become negative. So I will backtrack from here. So both the cases failed. So I backtrack to this part. Is this clear? Right. Now, if I have already gone through this particular case where I select a 3 Do I want to select the 3 again? No. So now my rejected for this call will be equal to 2 because I have rejected this 3. Now I will select 2 comma 5 and my target is equal to 0. This is the solution. Is this clear? Two comma 7 will I will also explore, but that is not a solution. So I will backtrack from that point. Is that clear, guys? समझ में आ गया? What I am trying to do in this question? What is the tree? What is the recursive element? And what is the change from combination sum 1? Right. Now, guys, one more thing that you will notice here is that the numbers are not sorted. The numbers are randomized. Right. है ना? And another problem with the numbers being randomized is that, let's say my input array is 1, 2, 3 and 1, right? If I have rejected 1, I don't want to pick this one again. Do you agree? I think we are allowed to pick. Acha, okay. So I'm not allowed to pick the same one again, but I can pick the same instance of another one. समझ में आ रहा है? I am not allowed to pick the same one again, but I am allowed to pick the same instance of a one. Is that clear? Yes, I can pick the one of a different instance, right? So I think we will need to sort the array for this. So सबसे पहले, because the number are randomized, I will just sort the array. So arrays dot sort. Let's sort the array, which is my candidates. Right now, let's call backtrack. Let's copy this code only. So it's basic plug and play. So let's take this. Let's add it here. And now, excuse me. What else we had? We had this list. Okay. So add this list also. And over here, instead of I will do I plus 1. Clear, hai, guys? Is this clear, everyone? Let's try to run this. Let's see what output we get. Okay, so acha. So we are getting these duplicate cases, guys. समझ में आ रहा है? We are getting duplicate cases here. है ना? So I have to ignore the duplicate cases now. Line number 11 was already explained in combination sum 1. I will not be repeating it. Line number 6. This one. This was also explained in combination sum 1. Please, guys, watch the recordings again and again. Try to watch the recordings of the class. For now, I'll just explain it to you guys. But please, it helps me also. It will help you also. Let's do a hash set. Just return. coming to that. For that, we have to actually iterate all the cases. So coming to that. Yeah. Let me just explain this one quickly. Combination sum. So what were the questions? Why target is less than 0? So over here, did you see in the recursive tree that, so when, guys, first of all, when I have nothing in my array, what is my target? What is the sum that I'm trying to achieve? Who asked the question? Anil, can you respond now? When my target is when in my initial call, what is my target when I don't have anything in my array? I don't have anything in my array. What is my target? Tell me. My target is equal to 7 because I want to create a sum of 7, right? Now, let's say that I added 2 into my array. What will be my target? What is the remaining target that I want to achieve? Let's say that you are a salesperson, okay? And your manager gives you a target of 1 lakh rupees. If you already sold stuff worth 20,000, what is the remaining target that you want to achieve? 5, right? Now let's say I add 2, 3. What is the remaining target? It is 2, right? And now let's say that by chance a number 2, 3, 5 got added. What is the remaining target? It will be 2 minus 5, right? So I am going negative, है ना? समझ में आ रहा है? Right? So will this give me a solution? Will this case give me a solution? It will not give me a solution, right? So I want to return from here. That is why whenever my target is becoming less than 0, I am returning. समझ में आया? And when target is equal to 0, what does that mean? That I have reached a solution, right? So when my target is 0, the combination of the candidates in my array is equal to 7, right? That is why I want to return. And I want to add this to my answer. समझ में आ गया? So is this clear, everyone? Excuse me. Yeah. Now, guys, let's come to this one. Now, you told me why repeated numbers are getting added. So let me just copy this. And tell me what will be the sorted form of this array. It will be 1, 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 10. Right? This will be my sorted form. Do you agree? Right. So what were the repetitions, guys, previously? What were the repetitions in the previous case? This 1, 2, 5 and 1, 7 were repeated, right? These two came twice. Do you agree? Now, why is this repetition being caused? It is being caused by these two ones, right? So one of these combination is getting created by the first one and the second combination is getting created by the second one. समझ में आया? And same for this. This is for the first one and this is for the second one. Is that clear? But since I don't want repeated answers, I will create a hash set of my answers. You are allowed to choose same element from different indices, but you are not allowed to return the same answer. Exact same combination. Matlab, if the same number is at different indices, you can use both of them. But when you are using either one of them, you can have only one instance of that answer. So the solution set must not contain duplicate combinations. It is clearly mentioned. So no duplicates present will give same number of repeated solution. Yes, yes. So let's say guys, if I remove this one, right? Let's remove this one from this case and revert back to our array list. So this case passed, you can see, but the case number 2 failed. Why? Because there are repeated 2's over here. So if I just edit this case also, so if there are no repeated elements, my test case is passing, both of them. Is this clear, everyone? Right? And if this same is in combination some one, if this same I take in combination some one, so combination some one requires me to give a sorted one. So let me just sort it out. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 10. If I run this, then I will get multiple combinations. Candidates must contain acha. So let's say the target is equal to 8 and let's remove this 10. Acha, 1 is also not allowed here. Okay. I did not do this. Acha, okay. So you can see that I'm getting repeated ones as well, which is I'm getting 4 2's. So I'm basically using this 2 4 number of times. But in combination, some 2 that is not allowed. You can use the 2 only single time. Is that clear? Right. So why is the attendance dropping, guys? Is the question not clear, or you guys are not able to understand what is the problem? बैकट्रैकिंग नहीं समझे ठीक से. अच्छा. Not able to understand. Okay, so guys, you guys never speak up. So Mastan Wali, I just saw your message for the first time. Okay, so what is backtracking? Let me just give an overview again. Backtracking is basically trying out approaches, and as soon as you start going in the wrong direction, reverting to the previous state. Okay, some long messages. Sir, I have a request before jumping to the optimal solution. Try to explain brute force solution that will help to get an intuition about the question and help to think about the. I feel like mugging up the entire code. Okay, yesterday 300 people are taking class in today, and this topic is very important. Please once discuss maximum product of 3 elements from portal. It was given as assignment. My answer is correct, but 8 test cases are failing. So guys, that I don't have any control over the questions that are done in class. The questions done in class are set by a third person, and what my job is to basically do that question. Solving your doubts is part of your 1 versus 1 doubt session. So every session has their own purpose, right? So I mean, like in your doubt session, you can't ask the person to give you a lecture on backtracking. So that is what you have to just differentiate between the purpose of different sessions. Excuse me. Okay, take some from assignment. So guys, how many questions do you get every day in your assignments? Tell me. You get 3 to 6 questions, right? And in class, how many questions do we solve separately every day? Can you tell me an average of the number of questions we solve? The number of good, proper lead code questions, how many are we able to do? We are able to do 2, and sometimes we do 3, 4, right? Maximum we can go 4, right? If we pick easy questions, we are going to 4, right? So this is a 2-hour class, and all your assignment questions cannot be discussed here. So lecture questions are separate and your assignment questions are separate. So if you are doing the repeated questions in all the sessions, what is happening? What is the outcome of the day? Even if we give you 2 assignments, and these same questions are solved in the lecture itself, then how many questions are you doing per day? It is 2. If we are giving you 3 assignments and we are solving, let's say, 3 questions in the lecture, what is the outcome? You are learning 6 questions in a day, right? So what do I want you guys to do for the 3 assignment questions? So you want to search for the answers, right? If you are not able to solve it, try to figure it out yourself. Every solution cannot be spoon fed to you, right? And if you want to finish off DSA in 6 months, then this is the approach that you have to take. You have to put in the extra effort to solve the assignments or find out the solution of the assignments by yourself. One suggestion that I already gave you was to make a peer, right? And try to, let's say that you are a little weak. So both of you designate one assignment question to each of them, right? And person X will explain this question to Y, and Y will explain the same question to X, right? We have to go to YouTube because questions are based on new topics. So today's assignment, what questions did you get? You got the string questions, right? Excuse me. You got questions on string, and yesterday you got questions on Tower of Hanoi, है ना? Or today you got this. Tower of Hanoi came in yesterday's assignment, right? है ना? Now yesterday's lecture was cancelled. Do you remember? Right. So that is why there is this gap that has been created. So one solution for this is to either delay your assignments by 1 day, or we can take a extra class during the weekend. So let's try to figure this gap out. Apart from that, doing the assignment questions in the lecture, that is not a good idea even for you, because ultimately at the end of the day you will be practicing less number of questions. Enough. I hope everybody understands this. Module D is jam packed. I agree. I think already those have been added in the portal, right? No, sir, not yesterday. Day before yesterday. Okay. And yesterday, what questions did you get? Yesterday, you didn't get any. Okay. Okay, let me talk to your batch module manager. I'll get this sorted. Either we need to delay the assignments for one day, or we have to take an extra class. Okay. So is combination sum 2? Tell me about this. What we did in the class. Combination sum 1 was clear before, I hope. Is combination sum 2 also clear to you guys? Okay. Let's try to approach combination sum 3. Please make some gap. We are going very continuous every day. Weekend 2 sessions. Okay. Anyway, I think the last week of this month, you will have a break, complete break. मतलब उसमें कुछ भी नहीं होगा. You will be just left to practice by yourselves. So guys, what is this? Sir, you were explaining backtracking. Oh, right. So let me explain backtracking using this topic. So let's say that I have 2, 3, and 5, and my target is equal to 7, right? So what is the initial state? I have a blank array, right? I want to create an array that has the elements which sum up to 7, right? I want to create an array that has the elements that will sum up to 7. Is that clear? Hai Shubh, is that clear? Right. Now I will add, let's say, 2 into my array, and the target will be reduced to 5. Is this clear to you? Right. Now what will I do? Let's say that I add 3 into my array. So I have 2 and 3, and my target is reduced to 2, right? Now let's say that I add the next element, which is 2, 3, 5. What is the value of my target now? It is -3, right? So if my value is -3, can I be sure that I cannot reach a solution from this point, from this state? I cannot reach a solution. Can I be sure of that? Yes. So what will I do? I will go back to the previous state. So I am back to this particular state. समझ में आया? Yes. Now, can I add any other element apart from 5 into this array? Do I have any other element to add? Tell me, Shubh. No, right? So I will backtrack to the previous state because no other state is possible from this point, right? Now, from this point, can I add any other element apart from 3 into my array? Can I add any other element apart from 3 into my array? Yes. So I will add 5. So I will have 2 and 5. Now tell me, is my target 0? Yes. My target is 0. What does that mean? That I have reached the solution. समझ में आया? This is what backtracking is all about. You try to perform an action. You perform an action. You validate if it is taking you to the solution. If it is yes, then perform the next action. If it is a no, then revert to previous state. Is this clear? Is the flow clear, guys? 2 and 3 में I have added 2 and 3 into my array, right? What is the remaining element that I can add? What is the remaining element that I can add? It is 5, right? I tried to add 5 here, but it was not giving me a solution. Do you agree? Because it was going negative, right? Apart from 5, can I go anywhere else from this state? Is any other state possible from this point? Which state is possible? Tell me. No state is possible, right? So this state is also not giving me a solution. That is why I am going back. समझ में आ गया? Excuse me. Okay, so let's go to combination sum 3 in this case, everyone. What are you saying? In 5-2, there are no elements. So after this also is done, I will backtrack to this point. Then I will try to add 3 first, and I will have 4. Then I will try to add 3 and 5, and I will go negative. So I will backtrack. I will backtrack from here also. Then I will try to add the 5 itself. But do I have any elements? I don't have any elements. So basically, my rejected is greater than my array dot length. So I will revert. Clear? Okay, so in this question, guys, find all valid combination of k numbers that sum up to n such that the following condition is true. Numbers are from 1 to 9. Each number is used at most once. So I can use every number once. That is a condition. And the difference here is that instead of giving an array of candidates, it is saying that take all the numbers from 1 to k, right? From 1 to n. समझ में आया? So what is my candidate array, right? Guys, over here, what is my candidate array? It is from 1 से लेके n तक, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 ऐसे. If n is equal to 9. Is that clear? This is my candidates. So what is the difference here between combination sum 2 and 3? What is the difference? Over here I got an array, and over here I have a value n, and I have to create the array from 1 to n. Is this clear? So back combination sum 2 में I had the candidates array and I had the target, right? I had the target and the candidates array both. Enough. And in combination sum 3, what is the difference? I am getting a number k, and I'm getting a number n, and I'm getting a target. And what is it saying? It is saying that my candidates are all the numbers from 1 to n. So basically, I have to create my array myself. Yes. Right? Is there any other condition here? Find valid combination of k numbers. Okay, so there is one other condition, guys. Oh, okay. I think I misunderstood one part. Sorry. Let me explain once again, guys. So I have been given a target, and I have been given the number of elements that I can take in each combination. I have been given the number of elements that I can take in each combination. Yes. So what is the difference between what I explained above? Above I explained that you have to create the candidates array, but you don't have to create the candidates array. Your candidates array is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is fixed, right? Now you have been given a target, let's say 7, and you have to create all combinations where n elements are present, right? So what, let's say n is equal to 3. So what will be my answer here, guys? By choosing 3 elements, I want to form all the combinations that sum up to 7. So one combination is 1, 2, and 4, right? So over here, I have 3 elements and the target is equal to 7. Is this clear? Yes. So the size of the subarray is given that I want to select. Subarray rather subsequence. Okay. I think I read the question too quickly. So guys, is my candidate fixed at this point? Is my candidates fixed? It is saying that your candidates is only numbers from 1 to 9, right? So I can say my candidates is equal to int of, let's say, what will be the length? Tell me. Length of candidates, guys. It will be 9, right? No, n minus k nahi hoga. How are you getting n minus k, Shrikant? Tell me. It's optimal. So which values do you want to ignore? Acha, k is my target. Okay. So 3 elements I can pick. So if target is 7 and k is 3, then no need of 5. Acha. That is what you're saying. Okay, got it. Okay, so if I say target is 10 and k is equal to 3, then you are saying ignore the last 3 elements. Yeah. Okay, that can work. But for simplicity, let's consider only all the elements for now. We'll definitely implement your answer as well. Okay. So will this generate my candidates, everyone? Will the for loop generate all my candidates? Right. Now, guys, what do I want to do? I want to again call backtrack. So let's copy our previous function. Guys, do I want to ignore over here? Each number can be used at most once. So what will be my rejected, guys? I or I plus 1? I plus 1, right? And I want this list as well. So guys, do I need a hash set over here or can I use a list only? Do I need a hash set? No. Why can I use a list? Because each number is present only once in my candidates that I'm generating, right? And this is what I want to call. Let's run it. Target is not, so this is my k is the target. K is the length of the subsequence. I think we will have to modify. So n is our target. And k is the maximum length of the subsequence. So one condition, guys, I have to add is that if the length of my array list is less than k, then I will not add it. Do you agree? Right now, if I run it, then I will get all the combinations with all the different lengths, right? I'm getting all the combinations with all the different lengths, right? So now I want to ignore the combination with this length, you know? I will ignore the combination with the greater length. How do I do that? Tell me. I can just add a condition here. If my list dot size is equal to k, and I have to take k as an input as well. है ना? So इधर तुम k ले लो और यहाँ पर तुम k पास कर. What is the issue? Int k. Oh, cannot be applied to given types. Int k. अच्छा अच्छा यहाँ पे recursive call also I have to edit it. Now I'm getting the right answer for all the three cases. Is this clear, everyone? So I hope 1, 2, and 3 combination sum, all three are clear to everyone, right? str dist. Okay, so this pair star was asked by someone. Who asked this question? Let's solve this one first, and then we can also solve the others. Have I given the combination sum 2? Okay, so let me share combination sum 3. And let's do this str one now. Yeah, str dist I have. Coding bad recursion. Which one? str. ये वाला. Okay, let's come to this one and we'll solve this one as well. Guys, tell me what is the base case of this problem? What is the base case, guys, here? So if the length of my string is just one character, then do I have to add a star? Can I be sure that there is no repetition of characters? If the length is 1, I can be sure that there is no repetition of characters, right? So if str.length, if str.length is less than equal to 1, right? If str.length is less than equal to 1, I can return my string itself. Do you agree, everyone? Right. Now, guys, I want to compare. I want to basic. ये question तो I think एकदम similar लग रहा है यार previous वाला. I can solve it using that only. Which question did we did in the beginning? No X, na? Did I share the code for this? I think it is pretty similar. No X का code मैंने नहीं share किया. अरे यार. It is pretty similar. So char current is equal to str dot char at str.char at 0, right? And now I will just check if the current character, which is my first character, if that is equal to the next character, which is str.char at 1. If it is equal to str.char at 1, what do I want to do? I will return, but I will add a star. I will return and I will add a star over here, right? In between them. So I will return current plus star, and again I will add excuse me. So if three numbers are repeated, then I'm adding stars in between all. So I will make the recursive call here. Pair star of remaining part of the character. This is what I'll do. Excuse me. Otherwise, I can just return current plus pair star. This should work. Okay. Getting some failures. This string over. Excuse me. Is this clear, everyone? Who asked this question? Are you clear on this? I think whoever asked has left the class, right? Given a question and a non-empty substring, sub, compute recursively the largest substring which starts and ends with sub and return its length. Okay. So एक substring दे दिया है and I have to check if this string is starting and ending with the substring itself. I want to check if this substring is starting and ending with this substring only, right? So guys, any ideas for this one? So my input is cat. So I have selected this entire substring because this substring is starting and ending both with cat, right? Now, if I have cow, I can see that this particular string is starting and ending with cat. But this substring, can I say it is starting with cow also and it is ending with cow also? Can I say this substring is starting with cow and it is ending with cow? Both, right? And for this case, I have cat, so I can say that this particular substring is starting with cat and ending with cat. Do you agree, everyone? Right. So, guys, I think I have to compare by slicing the string from front and back. So I have to slice the string. I have to slice the length of the substring of from the front and the back, right? And I have to compare those two slices, right? Enough. And can you tell me the base case of this problem, everyone? Can you tell me the base case? If after slicing, so I am slicing the string, but if my string becomes less than the length of my substring, can I say that I cannot find the solution now? If my string itself has become less than the length of my substring, I can say I cannot find a solution, right? So first of all, let's get rid of the base case. If str.length is less than my substring dot length, then return. ठीक है, बेस केस इज आउट ऑफ द वे. अच्छा इंटीजर है तो रिटर्न 0. ठीक है, because the length is 0. I don't have any substring. I hope that is clear to everyone. Now guys, I want to compare the front and back. So let's create two variables. String front is equal to excuse me, str dot substring 0 से लेके कितना लेंथ तक जाना है? Will this substring be equal to the length of sub? Right. And similarly, I want string back is equal to str dot substring. I want to go from so if I have this particular string and if I want to find the last 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I want to go from 6 till the end, right? And the length of this is 9. So 9 minus sub dot length. Will this do? So basically str dot length minus sub dot length. This will give me the back, right? So यहाँ पर कर दो str dot length minus sub dot length. I have the back now, right? I hope everybody is clear on front and back. Now what do I want to do, guys? I want to just compare the equality. So if front dot equals sub, right? Front should equal sub. Along with that, my back dot equals sub. Both should be true for my substring to be true, right? For my condition to be true. Do you agree, everyone? Then I can return str dot length because my condition has been satisfied by the current string. Do you agree? Do you agree with the return statement, everyone? Yes. And if that is not true, I will slice and recursively call. I will just slice the first character from both the sides. I will slice the first character and the last character, and I will recursively call. So return, excuse me, return str. No, actually there are two cases, guys. Over here there are two cases. Yeah. So there can be a case that cat, cow, cat, XX. So over here I want to slice only the back, right? And there is another case X, cat, cow, cat. Over here I want to slice only from the front. So in one case, my tree will go in two directions. In one case, front character is removed. In the other case, back character is removed. Is this clear now? So now I will just create one condition. If this is false, if the front is false, if the front is matching, then I will slice the back, right? If the front is matching, then I will slice the back. And if back is matching, then slice the front. Simple, right? Otherwise, I will just call the same function. Is this clear, guys? Okay, so let's consider x cat x. Okay, this is my example initially. Now, is the front, is this part equal to cat? Who is asking the question? Shivam, I want you to answer. Is this part equal to cat? No. Is this part equal to cat? No. Right. So it will go into two cases. In this one case, I will remove this front. So x cat x. In this other case, I will remove this back. So what will be it? X x cat x. समझ में आया? Sorry, this back will be removed. Is this clear? Right. Now, in this case, is this equal to cat? No. Is this equal to cat? No. So again, I have two cases. Front is removed. So cat x, and over here, back is removed. So x cat. ठीक है? Now over here, is the front matching? Yes. So over here, just remove the back. Cat, is this front matching? Yes. Back matching? Yes. So this is your answer. Clear? I hope all the questions are clear to everyone that are done in class at least. सुडोकू सॉल्वर लीड कोड कैन यू एक्सप्लेन? आज तो सुडोकू सॉल्वर के लिए काफी टाइम बीत चुका है. Let me arrange for an extra class, guys. I think थोड़ा backlog create हो गया है, so we'll have to get that sorted. Excuse me. Okay, and Tower of Hanoi समझ में आ गया सबको? So no doubts on Tower of Hanoi now, I hope. Okay. ठीक है guys, let's end the class. We are over time already. Thank you. Good night. Bye bye.